Former President Donald Trump has always been known for his bold pronouncements, often stirring the pot with his unfiltered and audacious statements. But his recent statements about territorial expansion have sent shockwaves across the globe, raising eyebrows and sparking intense debates. Trump has set his sights on acquiring Greenland, a move that has baffled many, reclaiming the Panama Canal, a strategic waterway that has long been under international control, and even renaming the Gulf of Mexico, a body of water with significant geopolitical importance. These pronouncements have been met with a mixture of amusement, concern, and outright condemnation from world leaders and experts alike, who are trying to make sense of his intentions. Trump's claims, often delivered with his signature bluster, raise serious questions about his understanding of international law and diplomacy, and whether he is aware of the complexities involved. His rhetoric also harks back to a bygone era of colonialism and gunboat diplomacy, evoking memories of a time when powerful nations exerted control over others through force, leaving many to wonder if the 21st century will witness a resurgence of such policies, and what that would mean for global stability and peace. The world watches with bated breath, as Trump continues to make waves with his controversial claims, each statement more provocative than the last. Trump's pronouncements have ignited a firestorm of debate and speculation, with pundits and analysts dissecting his every word and action. His supporters applaud his boldness and willingness to challenge the status quo, seeing him as a maverick who is unafraid to shake things up. Critics, however, denounce his actions as reckless and dangerous, warning of the potential for global instability and unforeseen consequences. As the world grapples with the implications of Trump's pronouncements, one thing is certain: the former president remains a force to be reckoned with on the world stage, continuing to influence and provoke with his every move. Trump's desire to acquire Greenland, the world's largest island, first came to light in 2019. This unexpected revelation caught many by surprise, sparking a mix of curiosity and skepticism across the globe. He reportedly expressed interest in buying the island from Denmark, citing its strategic location and natural resources. The idea of purchasing an entire country seemed outlandish to some, but Trump was serious about the potential benefits. Trump's interest in Greenland is not entirely unfounded. The Arctic region is believed to hold vast reserves of oil, gas, and minerals, making it an increasingly attractive target for resource-hungry nations. The untapped potential of these resources could significantly boost any nation's economy. Greenland's strategic location, situated between North America and Europe, further adds to its allure. Its position could serve as a critical point for military and trade operations, offering a strategic advantage in global geopolitics. As climate change melts Arctic ice, new shipping routes are opening up, potentially transforming Greenland into a vital hub for global trade. These new routes could shorten shipping times and reduce costs, making Greenland an even more valuable asset. Trump, ever the businessman, likely recognizes the economic potential of such a scenario. The prospect of controlling new trade routes and accessing vast natural resources aligns with his vision of economic growth and dominance. However, Trump's approach to acquiring Greenland has been anything but diplomatic. His direct and often abrasive style has raised eyebrows and created tension on the international stage. His initial offer to buy the island was met with swift and unequivocal rejection from Denmark. The Danish government made it clear that Greenland was not for sale, emphasizing its importance to the Danish realm. Undeterred, Trump has since hinted at the possibility of using military force or economic coercion to achieve his goal. Such statements have only added to the controversy and heightened tensions between the two nations. Such threats have only served to further alienate Denmark and strengthen its resolve to resist Trump's advances. The situation remains a complex and contentious issue, reflecting the broader challenges of international diplomacy and territorial ambitions. Trump's ire has also been directed at the Panama Canal, a vital waterway connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The canal, once under U.S. control, was transferred to Panama in 1999. Trump has repeatedly expressed his dissatisfaction with the current arrangement, arguing that the U.S. is not receiving its fair share of the canal's revenue. Trump's grievances stem from his belief that the U.S. built and financed the canal, and therefore deserves a greater share of its profits. While it is true that the U.S. played a significant role in the canal's construction, Trump's understanding of the historical context is flawed. The U.S. acquired the rights to build the canal through a series of treaties and agreements with Panama, not through outright conquest or purchase. Moreover, the 1977 Torrijos-Carter treaties, which paved the way for the canal's transfer to Panama, were ratified by the U.S. Senate and remain legally binding. Trump's threats to reclaim the canal through military or economic means are therefore not only unrealistic, but also potentially illegal. Trump's penchant for renaming things has extended beyond geographical features. His bold and often controversial moves have always sparked debates and discussions across the globe. He has also set his sights on renaming the Gulf of Mexico, proposing to rechristen it the Gulf of America. This audacious proposal has not only caught the attention of the American public, but also the international community. This proposal, like his other territorial ambitions, has been met with a mixture of bewilderment and amusement. Many people are left scratching their heads, wondering about the rationale behind such a move. Trump's rationale for the name change remains unclear. Some believe it is a strategic move, while others think it is just another example of his unpredictable nature. Some speculate that it is an attempt to assert American dominance in the region, showcasing the United States military and economic power. While others believe it is simply another example of Trump's penchant for self-aggrandizement, his desire to leave a lasting legacy, no matter how controversial, seems to drive many of his decisions. Regardless of his motivation, the proposal is unlikely to gain any traction. Political analysts and experts have widely dismissed the idea as impractical and far-fetched. Renaming a body of water as significant as the Gulf of Mexico would require the consent of numerous countries, each with their own interests and stakes in the region. A highly unlikely prospect given Trump's current standing on the world stage. His strained relationships with many global leaders make such a consensus nearly impossible. Trump's attempt to rename the Gulf of Mexico is emblematic of his broader approach to foreign policy. His actions often reflect a desire to reshape the world order according to his vision. He seems to view the world as a zero-sum game, where every gain for another country is perceived as a loss for the United States. This perspective has led to numerous trade wars, diplomatic tensions, and a general atmosphere of competition rather than cooperation on the global stage. This worldview, combined with his disregard for international norms and conventions, has often put him at odds with traditional allies and international bodies, has made him a highly unpredictable and often destabilizing force in global affairs. The world watches closely, uncertain of what his next move might be. Expansionism has been a driving force in global politics for centuries. From the Roman Empire to the British Empire, nations have sought to extend their influence and control. This quest for power often led to conflicts, alliances, and dramatic shifts in the balance of power. Understanding this history helps us grasp the motivations behind modern geopolitical strategies. World leaders have always played a crucial role in shaping the course of history. Their reactions to global events can either escalate tensions or pave the way for peace. In recent times, we've seen a variety of responses to international crises, from diplomatic negotiations to economic sanctions. These reactions are often influenced by national interests, public opinion, and the complex web of international relations. Navigating the fallout of geopolitical shifts is no easy task. Countries must balance their own interests with the need for stability and cooperation. This often involves difficult decisions such as forming new alliances, renegotiating trade agreements, and addressing humanitarian concerns. The ability to adapt and respond effectively can determine a nation's resilience in the face of change. As we look to the future, the concept of a new world order comes into focus. Will emerging powers challenge the status quo? How will existing alliances evolve? And what role will international organizations play in maintaining global stability? These questions are crucial as we navigate an increasingly interconnected and complex world. The answers will shape the course of history for generations to come.